The overconsumption of natural resources and waste pollution are a really important threat to nature. Our mission at Chester Zoo is preventing extinction, and in 2021 we released our Conservation Master Plan. We needed to recognise how we were going to go on a journey towards a more sustainable future. We've got a target to work towards being a zero waste operation by 2030. What's really critical here is bringing in valuable expertise that lets you know that each step you're taking is going to get you that little bit closer to reaching that goal.
For Chester Zoo, the big objective for zero waste is to make sure things sit on the top half of the waste hierarchy. So that is ensuring that nothing is buried or incinerated or goes to energy recovery. We'll look for only outcomes where the material stays in use, so that's recycling based outcomes or reuse outcomes. So we've done what we call composition analysis, where we collect waste from different parts of the site on different known locations, different days, different footfall, disassemble that waste, and from that we can help establish what we call the waste DNA, which is the profile of the waste.
We tip the waste out and we segregate it into its different waste streams. So the tin cans go to one side, the plastic bottles go to one side, food waste, etc, etc. You can sort of put the data together and get an idea of what's being produced on site, how much waste is being brought in from customers, how much waste is being sold on site, so food waste, for example, from the restaurants. And from that, it's helped us put together the RRC, which you can see here today.
The zoo's been running for quite a number of years now, and its waste has been handled in a different way than it is today. If you consider what we had before, it was an area of the zoo that we could use, that was being used for a number of years, and the equipment there had been used and kept running. Really, we'd reached a point in that as well where you've got end-of-life equipment, and we know this better right there. Being able to move away from a site that, didn't inspire, and that's important, but if it's not inspiring me, how's it inspiring other people? So to actually have an area allocated for a resource recovery centre, which is what we now call it, to be able to scope that out with the right hardware that we need in order to start our journey to zero waste as we head towards that greener path, has been absolutely fantastic. We've got electric ERCVs, so they're the bin trucks that you'll see around site. They're charging overnight during the day. They're running around back of house areas quietly, as green as we can be. Our Zero Waste Steering Group has been really key, so that's where we can sit down as a wider team and talk more about that strategy and make sure we're moving forward in alignment with where we want to be going.
It comes to this piece about consumption. So do we need to consume it in the first place, or can we find a solution that means that we don't generate that waste to begin with?
What's been really key is understanding the end destination to that piece of waste. Where does it end up and what ends up happening to it? If it's something that we do have to dispose of, then where can we put it? What's the best path in order to steer it back into that circular economy? I can confidently say my knowledge of waste has gone from I know enough in terms of a transfer note and what we're doing to where we are today in terms of decision making. ACM have that network that previously we would not have experience of or probably the ability to tap into.
With the Zero Waste Steering Group in place now, we're currently looking at waste streams one by one and mapping out where we think we want to be going in the future.
I was given the role of leading this project towards zero waste by 2030. I take it really seriously, and it's a target I want to achieve. So with everybody's help who's part of that group, we will get there.